Hiya. This is AssPunch316 and I'm going to give you my 2.5 cents on WWE's new Ratings Raw rating, which was, as you could probably guess, or probably know, 2.5. This really is not a big deal as people are making out. It's one rating, it's in the middle of summer. Yeah, it's quite a huge drop, but it's 1 week, isolated incident, could be an error, might not be. But I'm going to do something a little bit different with it, because yeah, that's the rating, 2.5, fine. Some people are calling this the death of WWE. That's all fine and good. I'm going to investigate that just a little bit. Right? So say, 2.5, USA Network. I tried to do a bit of research, couldn't find anything else, what other USA Network top shows were and what their ratings were. Let's just say 2.5 in Raw slot, because it was a lot yes to what they're used to getting, is unacceptable for USA. And USA decide to go, right, that's it, we're cutting ties with Raw, which is quite unlikely to happen. But let's just say it does happen. So, that's it. Raw is off the USA Network. Right. What's WWE's options now? Well, let's say The Simpsons was kicked off Fox, but was still going. Would another network pick it up? Yeah. Similar to The Simpsons, Raw is a pretty established, WWE Raw is a pretty established program. It's been around 10 plus years, 13. It's established. Someone else would pick it up. Even someone really small and insignificant would pick it up. Even if USA did decide to do it, who knows? Spike might decide, hang on, this TNA thing isn't actually getting any good ratings, or increasing in the ratings. I think eventually it will, but if not, let's go back to WWE or another network. It's quite easy to happen, but let's say that doesn't happen. That'd be tragic, wouldn't it? So, WWE only has to produce... only has to produce 3 hours of television. So you mean it's got ECW and SmackDown, right? Both of which are taped, right? Could you move one of those to Monday night? You could move SmackDown, the more established show, or no, I won't do that. We won't. Well, that's not going to happen because SmackDown is wanted on a Friday night. Could you make that your live show? Because your WWE's budget is budgeted towards a live show. So you could have that with SmackDown, and SmackDown is a live show. ECW has its own taping. You would then have the influx of wrestlers from Raw to then disperse around on the rest of the roster on ECW and then SmackDown. Would it be the end of the roster split? Quite possibly. Or you could keep it as it is and, like I say, disperse Raw talent over to ECW and SmackDown. And so the hugely overpopulated Raw roster, and let's face it, whoever gets over goes to Raw. You get those guys and they go all over the place. You get Carlito being top heel on ECW, or top heel on ECW, top heel on ECW. You get Bobby Lashley going to SmackDown as a top babyface. You can have an interesting program on Batista. You have John Cena, who can then go have a feud with John Morrison if you like, say the world title. You can have a world title versus world title. You can go and have a feud with Great Khali, but have a world title versus world title there. The possibilities of that are endless. The Intercontinental Champion Umaga can go versus MVP with Umanga's face turn. That could be quite interesting, having two contrasting styles, having Umaga as Samoan submission machine. I always do that. I think he's Samoa Joe, but he's really not. So Samoan Bulldozer versus the MVP, and that's just a big contrast. And to me, anyway, I'd quite like to see that. So people saying that it's the death of WWE are completely rubbish. But it's completely wrong, because let's say, yeah, it would be a huge blow to WWE to lose Raw. One, it would wake them up. It would go, hang on, we lost Raw. We could lose our other 2 shows. Yeah, they would lose quite a bit of money from Raw, because from my understanding, Raw is where they make most money, besides Raw because it's a live show. better viewership apparently, and stuff like that, and it's a more recognised brand. You could also move the Raw brand to I'm not sure what network has. CW network has it. It's the SmackDown network. So just change Raw's dates. So move it to replace SmackDown. So yeah, you have a different show at a different time. But are you telling me that people that have watched Raw on a Monday night aren't going to go, oh, Raw's on a Friday night? Might do. So it's really not. It wouldn't be the end of WWE at all. They might need to stop promoting their pay-per-views. But like I said, there's so many different if, buts, maybes. Because one, they're probably not going to get kicked off USA. Two, they're not going to get, if they did, they'd have something else to fall back on. And three, even if they did lose Raw altogether, they've still got two other shows. They've got 3 hours worth of television, which is a good 2 hours less, which less is more. You would need to scrap half of the title belts, which would then make a title belt mean more. So actually losing Raw could actually help. That would lose this bullshit, excuse my language, Raw is the flagship and must be treated as such and must be treated with the utmost respect. And you lose that, which would be great, because that is the only reason SmackDown is your number 2 show is because it's booked as your number 2 show. What's the main event? The Raw main event. How about you do whatever has got more build-up, got more meaning to it? For example, Royal Rumble winner gets the main event. If the main event is always the Raw champion, you are booking Raw as a superior show. If you book it equally, both can benefit, not just Raw. So in a way, War is a curse. I look at it. You get rid of Raw, you can solve a lot of WWE's problems. You disperse all the talent, then you can cull all the useless rubbish you have. You can get, you can end the rosters, but I'm personally quite a fan of it because it gets, people wouldn't have got this push they would have if there's only one world title. Because look at Cena, she's been holding the WWE title. If you didn't want that, you can always go to SmackDown and get that title. But if that wasn't around, you wouldn't get that. So you would only have one world title. I'm not a fan of the co-main events, but that's getting a little bit off topic. Well, I'm getting a bit off topic anyway. But you get my point. 2.5, the end of WWE? I don't think so. I think it would open up a whole another load of possibilities, but I don't think it's going to come to that. Because I'm sure USA were pushing for 3 hours, not going to do that. If they don't have confidence in the brand. Everyone has one-offs. This is a huge one-off drop, and I'm sure it will be back up to what it is. Be interesting to see if it isn't, and I might be wrong, but I don't think so. But that's just my opinion. Do whatever you want, rate me badly, leave hate mail, unsubscribe to me. If you want to subscribe, well, I'd appreciate it. Video response to me. Copy my videos and put them up on your account and tell people to come and ask me. Whatever you want to do. AssPunch316 out. I'll see some more of you later. Bye.